So this is episode 3.5 right here. I kind of did this for the lulz, but this is Casanova's birth chart, the famous Casanova, the womanizer. I actually like him a lot because I've had his autobiography since 2014, and I love reading it because he's such a dimensional human being. I read it from the first page, which was year zero, his birth, all the way to his 40s or 50s, which is maybe 400 or 500 pages. And he wasn't just a womanizer. He was a philosopher. He was a businessman. He was an occultist, and a lot of interesting things happened to him and in his time. One of the earliest things that happened to him, his earliest memories, was that he had I think he had some type of smallpox or some type of illness, and his grandma took him on a boat, took him to an island, took him to a witch. The witch threw him in, wrapped him in a blanket and threw him in a chest. And this is the 1700s, so they were really big chests. And she started doing incense, stuff that we would do today, they call it fumigating. And then she said, don't tell anybody. And he went to bed, and he had a dream, or he had a vision, that a woman came into his room and talked to him. And this is really sweet, just to see that someone who was born 300 years ago, 1725, almost 301 years ago, had these experiences and went through these things. All that to say that he has a stellium in Pisces. Need I say anything more? Hard to say that he was a Harvey Weinstein with no boundaries, because he was suave and women liked him. Easy to say that it's proof that the Pisces symbol and, the line of force idea that I have, and, that lightning bolt, Pisces being a sign of energy, proves this. And that's important for me, because this really turns the way that you perceive the signs. Guys, I know that this is going to get tiring hearing, but it's really important. Break how you think about the signs. If you go to a modern astrologer, they're going to tell you one thing or another. Yeah, Scorpio rules the genitals, so Scorpio rules sex. Needless to say, the only Scorpio sign you see in this chart is Uranus. The only Scorpio planet is Uranus. I know that the node is there, but this is a generational planet, and that's a totally isolated energy from what we're talking about. In other words, you don't see the sex energy in this chart coming from Scorpio. So guys, change the way that you see the signs sometimes, and pay attention more to what our ancestors left us in the symbols themselves. All the energy is in Pisces. All the, that line of force. Think of it like a thunderbolt. A good example, you never know what's going to come tomorrow, but there's a force that's bringing all the things that are going to happen right to you. That's Pisces energy. That's the thunderbolt. Heraclitus said that it was the thunderbolt of Zeus that is the wheel of fate, or something like that.